Oh my God, it ripped my knee pads. It's so short. All right, finally I get to ride my friend's Commencal Meta HT. He got this bike back in June, I think, and we never had the time to meet. So finally I get to ride a Commencal and see if it's really as stiff as Hardtail Party says it is, you know? So Commencal 2021 Essential build. Okay, it's doable. It's a small frame. Give an impression of this thing. Oh my God, I cased the shit out of that jump. No one heard that. 21 PSI in the front, 23 in the back. Okay, that's actually more pressure than I normally run on the Recons. Harder, thank goodness. Yeah, no, when I cased the wheel, I was like, oh no, is there enough air in the tires? All right, let's see how it feels. Okay. Let's see how. Not used to the tiny grips, but that's fine. That's a personal preference thing. Yeah. Everything here is smooth, so I don't really feel the bike being stiff. I think the tires are doing a really good job taking the edge off. I gotta try the first jump. Hey, how's it going? First jump and first drop. Okay. The Scout feels more responsive than this bike. I do feel a little more trail chatter, even with 2.8s. He's a little stuffed though. I can feel it more in the ankles. It's not too bad yet. Maybe I'm just nitpicking. All right. Time to climb. Legs don't have full extension. This thing's only a 130mm dropper. Brought it up as high as I could before the thing starts to self-actuate from the cable. Okay, jump time. Okay, that landed pretty good. No big owl though. But man, it's so nimble here. This shorter bike. Definitely can feel it. Not as confident in this thing and whipping the bike in the air and stuff, but see how it goes. I'm gonna step up that jet line. Ooh, that was rough. Wasn't too bad over those roots. So this is a 2021 Commencal Meta HT Essential. It is a small, so it is a little short. Reaches 400. Their wheelbase is 50mm shorter than my medium Ragley Big Owl, but the stack height is nice and tall, which is 630, so it's easy to jump around in. They actually shortened the seat tube length by 20mm on the 2021 model versus the 2020 model. The 2020 had a 400mm seat tube, and the 2021 actually have a 380, so they can fit a really long dropper post. Now, I could not really raise the seat any higher, as I mentioned, but I wasn't really trying to pedal this thing. I really wanted to feel how the frame is, because this bike's developed a reputation from Hardtail Party of being a super stiff frame, and I gotta feel it for myself. So I'm trying my best to ignore as much of the components, because I know they all can affect it a little bit, especially the wheel set and the tires, and I'll let you know how it is.
Okay, yeah. This bike is totally better at this. Case that one a little bit. Oh my God, it ripped my knee pads. It's so short. Yo, when I did that bar turn, the handlebar went into my knee pads and I wouldn't let me put it back.
And I forgot to mention that, yes, this is a relatively slack bike. It's got a 65-degree head tube angle and a 74 seat tube angle. So it doesn't feel like it's going to throw me over the bars at all on there. I don't know if it's just me riding the small, but it really does have kind of like a dirt jumper feel to it. But man, if you case the thing even a little bit, you feel the shock waves. Most of the riding I did today was to give it the best chance that it can by riding it in terrain that suits it the most, which is smooth flow trails, a lot of jumps.
Oh yeah, this thing pumps like a machine. Not used to the gear spacing here. Yeah. Do you have a bash guard, Elvin?
No, there's no bash guard there.
Oh shit, okay.
And there's another issue with the frame itself. This frame doesn't have ISCG tabs, so you can't just mount the bash guard either. You need to get the adapters that kind of sandwich between the bottom bracket shell external bearings. So that kind of sucks.
There's my friend on his own bike.
Nice.
Yep. It is his bike after all. Here's the drop to flat. Oh, that hurts. Probably one of the most painful ones I've had. Follow me.
Now, what kind of hardtails have I ridden? I've had a Diamondback Mason 1, ridden the Vitus Nucleus, ridden the Roscoe 7, ridden the Norcal Torrent HT Steel Hardtail, had a nuke-proof Scout 275, and now I currently have my Ragley Big Al. Honestly speaking, the Commencal isn't even the stiffest hardtail I've ever ridden. Then that title goes to the Vitus Nucleus. That bike is so overrated, and it's hands down the stiffest bike I've ever ridden. I mean, the Meta is stiff, but I don't think it's gonna beat you up too bad, but I didn't really plow through the rock gardens as much, or take it to Blue Mountain, which is just ridiculous. But in terms of the difference in compliance, because the Big Al is up there with the Norcal Torrent HT in terms of compliance, the Roscoe 7 is quite nice too. I would say the Roscoe rides as good as the Scout, maybe even a little better. But when he hopped on my Big Al, he was like, damn, this thing is so smooth, it feels like a short travel full suspension bike. And I agree.
This is the best pumping mountain bike I've ever ridden. All right, let me just try to get height.
This thing actually corners really good too. Like when I was doing the berm on a drop-in on the jet line jump line, no problem riding the berm, and I was able to hold the speed really good. Would I take it to the bike park? Yes, I would if it was in my size, but it also depends on which bike park. Mountain Creek has been smoothing out their trails and doing better trail maintenance, so it should be just fine there. It pumps really good so you can maintain the speed, but once it gets a little rough, I don't think my body can handle this
Still
thing
didn't go
for a
as high as I'd
prolonged
like.
period of time.
My legs
But
weren't straight enough.
the geo in the frame
that?
is good. So you're not going to feel like you're going over the bar. It's going to be super stable, super playful, but their stiffness can wear you out over time. So whereas when I have the Big Al, I will have a hard time deciding whether to take a DH bike or the hardtail. The Commencal on a bike park, I think it'll be more of a novelty thing just to see if you can do it, but it wouldn't be as enjoyable, I don't think.
I cleared that one.
So what do I
gonna
think
do the bigger
of
jumps now.
the Commencal Meta
Try it again.
HT so far? I mean, this bike is
I'm gonna
really
slow
hot.
down
A
so
lot
I
of
can
people talk
transfer it.
about it. A lot of people rave about it that owns this bike. The owner of this bike loves this bike.
That's so weird.
It's really not for me. I can't imagine this being my only bike. While it is fun, I guess I do agree with Hardtail Party that it feels too much like a one-trick pony. Like it only does one thing and it does it, but it does it really, really good, which is playing around and being on a pump track. This bike is a good complement if you already have a full suspension bike, but I don't think this is a good only
Billy, do a
bike.
few laps, man.
Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Am I crazy? Am I wrong? Or do you agree with me? Thanks for watching. Bye.
You were getting. All right, somebody's got a Commencal Meta AM29. This is not an impression. This is just me jumping this thing and see what it feels like. I have no idea what the suspension is or setup.
Too soft.
Too soft. Let's see. I'm only gonna try to get height. Oh, he pulled. He pulled.
I know. Almost dead sailor.
Oh, that was a dead sailor. All right,
Let's see that
I'm gonna push this.
Come on, girl.
Push this bitch into the lip. Ooh. Woo. Almost cleared. Yo, this thing pumps good too. All right,
Even the screw, I just broke it.
hightower. Rode this bike before. This thing
So
is
you like it?
super responsive, just like my hardtail.
Josh, how's the hardtail?
It feels like a
So
hardtail
heavy
for a
is the
full
wheel.
suspension bike.
It's too heavy?
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Am I in the
that's
right
what I'm
gear?
thinking,
No,
like the
not
King
enough.
2.6.
Which one is the white gear? Oh, this is the white gear?
Yeah, second.
Yeah.
Your bike's good so far.
third one.
I like it.
Yep. That's enough. This should give me
Which one is the white gear?
the third one from the bottom. That's the right gear for the speed that you need. The front suspension doesn't match the back suspension on this bike. I think I know your problem, Billy. Let's try now with slightly revised suspension. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, way better. Woo. Way better. Billy, this thing pumps better now too, yo. Try it now.